Hey guys, we're back for another video. Make sure you hit that notification button so you know when I upload videos. Also, if you like the commentary, hit that thumbs up button and also let me know what you think in the comments. So, just speaking out about Kandiburruss for all of my Real Housewives of Atlanta lovers. You guys know that Kandiburruss is obviously on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She is the longest running one now with the Atlanta Housewives. Now, in recent news, reality stars have launched a lawsuit against Bravo, making extensive allegations. Very, very, very extensive allegations. Um, and Kandiburruss, who is one of the people, obviously, that is employed by Bravo, has spoken out. And frankly, she is stating that she is not going to join her fellow Bravo reality stars in the lawsuit. We heard this from Kandi before, though. Nene spoke out and she did not. Basically, she said none of the stuff that Nene was stating happened. She said it never happened. Interesting now, years later, our old Caucasian women are saying similar things. So it leads me to believe one thing, and this is obviously alleged because I don't know if it's happening, but we got a whole group of people saying it, and Nene has already stated it. So something ain't right, right? Kandi is stating that, well, I'm going to let you hear the video and what she stated. But basically, she's not standing for it. And my guess is Kandi is trying to hold on to that canned peach. Although Kandi is, the longest standing housewife, she is she's boring. I mean, listen, I don't have any problems with Kandi, but the thing that is factual, is Kandi is a little boring. She is a little boring. We see her on the episodes, and it seems like she does get a little bit angry when people don't see things the way that she wants them to see it. I mean, we see that in the episodes. So let's just get into this video that she did and what she had to say about her fellow reality stars. Very interesting.
Overall, this so-called reality reckoning is playing out. Bethennyfrankel leading the charge to kind of get people their due when it comes to reality contracts, and also calling out bad behavior behind the scenes. What do you make of all this, and have you ever experienced anything that you think needs to be added to kind of the negotiations moving forward?
Absolutely not. I mean, to me, I feel like things that I feel or have felt needed to be addressed, I actually reached out to network and we addressed them. I myself would not be a part of that. It wouldn't make any sense for me to be a part of that. To me, if I'm working with somebody and I feel like they're not doing something that they should be doing, I address it right then. I don't feel like you should wait till after you're not getting a check with them no more and then come back and try to go for their throat. That's just how I feel. So me, any problems or thoughts or concerns I've had, I've said them. I speak up. You can tell I speak up, right?
Yes.
I say what I want to say, and I make sure that what I feel is heard.
Do you think an unscripted union is even possible? Residuals for unscripted is even something that would ever enter the picture?
Now that would be nice if there was a union for people in unscripted. That would be nice. I mean, obviously I'm a part of the union for scripted television. And I do think that is great to see people be able to get residuals, and to have, some health care and some type of future, right? So I think if that was possible, it would be nice.
When you look back to 14 years ago when you signed on for this, what's been the biggest change in those 14 years?
The world has changed in these 14 years, like a lot. It's hard to just narrow it down to one thing. I personally just feel like overall, how people watch television has changed, right? Everybody doesn't necessarily want to watch regular TV anymore. They want to stream it through their apps. They don't want one episode at a time. They want all the episodes to be able to binge. I feel like those things have changed as far as like how we film. I feel like people are a lot more aware of their brand and how they want to appear. And sometimes that affects the way that they are on camera. And that's how you get all these different stories of how people act on camera versus off, because they're always worried about their brand. I do feel like when we first started this, we were a little bit more genuine in how we just like lived our lives. And I don't necessarily think it's always like that anymore.
If you could give advice to people looking to get into unscripted, who are looking to become reality stars, what would be the advice you give them with all of your years of experience?
Only do it if you are okay with people digging into every part of your life. You're digging into all of your business. And I would definitely say have some business when you're doing it. Like, don't let, how people feel used when they come off these shows or whatever. Well, if you just get on there, act a fool, and do nothing to show what you're doing in your career or benefiting yourself in any way, then yeah, you will leave it and you will feel used. But if you're somebody who has fun, has a good time, but yet and still you are a business person, you've also showed what you're doing on that side of things, I think it could work out for you. But you also got to understand people are going to be coming for your neck, okay?
Okay, guys, so we are back for our brief commentary. So as you heard Kandi state, she will not be joining any lawsuits that involves any reality stars. She additionally stated that she doesn't feel that you should basically complain when you're not getting a check. Okay, so let's just talk about that statement. When people file complaints, generally, a lot of times it has nothing to do with the fact that they're no longer employed by the company. Um, and educated people understand this. Usually, when you work for a company and you try to lodge a complaint, generally what happens is you become unemployed, which is 99.9 of the reason why you are remaining silent. People do not like to bring complaints when they are working because it makes it very hard, Kandi. And that is, again, the reason why you remain silent, because Nene has stated these similar things, and now Bethany is trying to form a union, and a lot of other stars have come out and said the same thing. So I don't think that they're making this stuff up. I think you shouldn't make allegations against your former um, housewives just because you're trying to save that canned peach. Now, Kandi, you have looks like a very nice life, but I have to agree with Nene. Your family is more interesting than you are, and that's just facts. So, Kandi also stated, which was, and that's what I like about commentary, because you get to dissect what people are saying. She says she doesn't feel like she needs to join into any type of lawsuit because she feels that she can address things that she needs to address, and she feels like her voice is being heard. So let's just talk about that. Back when Nene was on the show, the girls had gotten together and they wanted to make it a group effort. And this is all in a text message, and this was leaked online years ago. There was a text message that they were all in, and they were going to go to the network and demand that these, things happen. One of the things that they had demanded was that the network start to give, Black-owned businesses the opportunity to be able to, do some production and things like that. So what Kandi did allegedly, and I don't even think I need to say allegedly because this is actually online, and this has been stated by her former castmates, and not just Nene. Portia said it, and I have to look to see who else said it. But anyways, they had agreed to, take a meeting with the network. They all agreed to this. Kandi went behind all of their backs and made the meeting without any of them. And you know what happened after she did that? Kandi got a bunch of different shows. So apparently, what it looks like she allegedly did is made herself one of the Black businesses. So she got to produce these different shows. So this is all alleged, but this can be found online. And I'll probably go back and do another video so I can show y'all the proof. I love to give y'all proof. So it just appears that Kandi is out for herself. And we have heard this before, so this is not new information. But it's just hearing her state that she's not interested and to actually go after her fellow reality star castmates because she's self-serving. So she also stated that, however, she would agree to healthcare and residuals. Again, this is why I love commentary. Okay, Kandi, you first said that you didn't agree. You either agree or you don't. So then she states that she would agree to healthcare and residuals. Well, that is one of the things that they're trying to get, because what happens is, as a reality star, you get paid when you're on the show. These production companies and these television like Bravo, they're using your likeness for years to come, and they are financially benefiting. You get no residuals. So Kandi came back and said that would be nice. Well, ma'am, if that would be nice, then you should join in and basically state that. But she refuses to go against Bravo because she knows that she went and got those production shows with what was the name of her restaurant? I don't know because I didn't even watch it. Well, apparently nobody watched it because it's gone. No, it didn't even stay on, like, I don't know. I think it was like one season wonder or something. But anyways, she states that she would agree to that. And again, you either don't agree or you agree. You can't disagree and then agree to say this. So I believe that Kandi is working with the network, and that would be a whole nother video, because she keeps coming out making these statements. She did the same thing with Nene, which when Nene filed that lawsuit, I did not understand why Kandi went on a whole press run basically stating that how can Nene had been discriminated against when she was bragging that she was the highest paid housewife. Let me explain something to the people in the back. Being paid nice has nothing to do with treatment, honey. I worked at a major corporation and made 6 nice figures, work from home, didn't have to go in. I could lay in my bed and do my work. Do you understand me? Like, I had the easiest, well, it was easy to me, but when I tell you they was the racist stuff that they did, so money does not mean that you were not discriminated against. So I have a problem with another Black woman that tries to throw another one under the bus with regards to inhumane treatment. So this is my thing. Regardless to if you like a person or not, let's leave the racist stuff out of it. If she's stating that this is how she was treated, then I would just say, I don't know. But to denounce another Black woman's treatment, to say that basically she's lying because you wanted to be in the good light with the network. Because, Kandi, that's the only reason, sweetheart, why you've been able to stay this long, because you are not interesting. I'm just being honest. Listen, Portia is interesting. Nene is interesting. Even Drew is more interesting than you. You are not interesting. And I don't mean this no way, but just really in terms of television. You're just not interesting. I'm not trying to be funny. You should be maybe a friend of the show. I think when you first came on, there was some things that, was like, oh, okay, she interesting, but your peach is pruned out, sweetheart. Then I don't know if she was throwing shade at Nene or what it was, or maybe she was just speaking out. I don't know. At the end, she stated that if you're going to get in reality TV, um, obviously your life is going to be open. We know that people will be nosy, they want to know what's going on. But then she stated, but if you're not going to showcase, in so many words, a business or some endeavor that you're doing, and you're just going to be on, TV acting a fool, then you're going to feel used at the end. Well, I have something to say to that as well. A lot of reality stars, especially minority reality stars, they have always complained that they are not allowed to show their businesses and what they do as much as the the white Caucasian housewives. If you recall, Married to Medicine Dr. Oh my gosh, now I can't remember her name, but she also is no longer on Married to Medicine, and that was one of the things she stated. She stated that they always wanted the drama, but every time she wanted to film with with her, now I got to look it up, with her, in her practice, she stated that it was always like kind of shut down a lot. So not saying that she was not able to film in her practice, but by her being a doctor, she wanted to do more of that, and she stated that it just wasn't happening as much. And I'm trying to look her name up, I just cannot remember. Dang it, Married to Medicine gas, I can't remember her name, so now I'm stuck because I'm gonna need to remember her name. Contessa, Dr. Contessa. So I have a problem, when you say that, because when you're on these reality TV shows, you're on the show. You can't really tell them, how to run it and everything. I think with you, because you have done what you needed to do to stay on the show, and I believe it's over and above what the average person is going to do. I feel like with Kandi, when it comes to money, that she'll probably do just about anything. Not to bring up old news, but Kandi was in a group with Escape, and then she started messing around with Jermaine, who was the owner, manager, or record label, the record label. You see what I'm saying? So that's a little different to mess with the record label and fall out with the group because you sleeping with the boss. So I think, and I'm just saying what I saw. It seems like Kandi will do anything to not go back to what she was. I remember on a episode of Housewives, they asked, like, why do you work so much? I mean, I understand we all have to work, but you work, work, work. You got all of these different jobs. And one of the things she stated was, she didn't want to go back to, basically, I guess, not having money or whatever it is that she was referencing. So I think that, um with that, I don't believe that she's going to support very many people when it means, or could mean, her not getting the money that she wants. But I think you have to be careful, Kandi, because what'll end up happening is those words that you have stated, they're out there in the internet, and you are unprotected, my sister, which means you will never be able to come back and say these things because you went on a public platform and you denounced them. So that's all I got, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you think in the comments. Talk to you later. Bye.